Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on that show, and I'm here talking about some NFL. I haven't covered any NFL news in probably like 4 days. There's probably a lot of stuff I got to cover, so I'm going to run into it. So the first thing I want to talk about was an update on Patriots cornerback Jack Jones. I remember he was, I think, arrested for having like a firearm or something. I forgot what it was. I could be wrong. He could face decades in prison if he is convicted and sentenced consecutively on all counts, authorities said. If he were convicted and sentenced consecutively on each charge, he'd face more than 30 years in prison, said James Borgasani, a spokesperson for Suffolk's District Attorney Kevin R. Hayden's office. It's rare for judges to issue consecutive sentences as opposed to concurrent penalties that run simultaneously instead of one after another. So he'll likely be arraigned Tuesday in East Boston court, according to his office. So if he were convicted, he'd face more than 30 years in prison. If he were convicted and sentenced on each charge, which I think it's kind of, I don't know, that I felt. But you don't accidentally bring firearms to a federal building and onto an airplane. And if you can't handle the heat, then get out of the kitchen. But, I mean, this is wild. Like, I feel like he had a bright future. I don't know if he's going to get 30 years, though. I feel that's kind of much. I don't think it's going to be 30 years. So, what you're saying is no prison time and 30 days of probation or 1-game suspension, because the NFL's probably not going to do nothing. Most likely. I really doubt it's going to be 30 years. He won't get that. I feel this kind of exaggerated. And there's plenty of current NFL stars that have had multiple run-ins with gun charges. But those weren't in air. Well, Quinn Williams had one in the airport, but he was cleared. But no way he's going to jail longer than Henry Ruggs for a DUI. He only gets 5 years. I felt the 30 years kind of a little bit of an exaggeration, if you ask me. But yeah, that's all I'll say for this story. So we have an update from training camp from the Houston Texans about their quarterback, C.J. Stroud. Apparently, the Texans quarterback has really been impressing his coaches and his teammates so far in training camp. Quote, coaches and front office have seen other players, even the vets, gravitating towards Stroud, who's easygoing and comfortable as a leader, period, end quote. And parents say, oh, it probably wouldn't be hard to impress the Texans coaches. But considering this coaching staff came from a perennial winning culture in San Francisco, it takes quite a bit to impress them. Because this is not the old Texans coaching staff. This is the 49ers winning staff. So, I feel like it's going to be a really good quarterback class. 3+ future starts with Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud. I feel like C.J. Stroud's going to be better than the past Ohio State quarterbacks to be in the league. Justin Fields still has potential. It's just the Bears suck. And they have no really good receivers besides DJ Moore. But yeah, I'm not surprised. We just have to see it in the league. Like, when the actual season starts. How good will C.J. Stroud be? So, congratulations to Rams coach Sean McVay and his wife. They've announced that they're going to have their first child. For his recap interview that night, it's going to be wild. But yeah, I guess he's been putting in that work. Per a report here about Stephon Diggs, he's apparently frustrated with his role in the offense and his input and play calling. A source tells Ben Volin. He, quote, stormed out of the locker room following the playoff loss to the Bengals last season after being visibly agitated at Josh Allen, and his frustration came clear. But this, I feel like this is old news, really, because we know that we knew as soon as that game was over, he was agitated at Josh Allen. And I've heard this before. He literally is the wide receiver one. I don't know why he's mad at his role. Like, he's the wide receiver one. I just think it comes down to the plays / scheme Dorsey's offense just creativity lacks. It's outdated. It's like he's running the 0-2 like Hurricanes playbook. Down the stretch, they were running same plays over and over and over. Like, you're running the same plays. I don't think it's with Josh Allen or Stephon Diggs' fault. I think it's just the plays, like the scheme. They need a better scheme. Jack Jones from the Patriots, what he was arrested for, I want to give a little update on that. To what I was talking about, he had 2 firearms in his carry-on luggage. In total, he was charged with 2 counts on 5 different charges. This wasn't in his first arrest. So, he got 2 counts of possession of concealed weapon in a secure airport area, possession of ammunition without a firearm or D, unlawful possession of a firearm, carrying a loaded firearm, and possession of a large capacity feeding device. I mean, what did he think would happen? Oh yeah, you remember when he tweeted something about John Morant? About something like that? Yeah, idiot. And that tweet from 30 days ago didn't age well. So yeah, that's what he got arrested for. We have some awful news here about the Hall of Fame and Colorado coach Deion Sanders. He can lose his entire foot to medical complications. He posted a video of a meeting with vascular surgeon Dr. Donald Jacobs and was told the news. Quote, could lose the foot, Jacobs said. Quote, it's a risk. And no, this is not old news. The news about losing his entire foot are new. In 2022, remember, he had surgery, had 2 toes amputated, and the doctor said it's a time bomb in his leg. So, this sucks. This sucks. It's a foot issues he's had since playing days. He played most of his career with a broken ankle, which killed the nerves in his foot. Has never drained the blood from his foot, which let him his toes cut off, 2 amputated, and now it's probably gonna be. Unfortunately, his foot's gonna. Fortunately, you have to lose his foot. But you gotta be optimistic and hopeful. Even if he does lose, I think he'll have a strong mindset and determined to push through it and battle and still coach Colorado. But send positive thoughts to Mr. Primetime. That's the ugly side of sports that people forget about. The injuries you deal with and the complications sometimes you have for medical reasons. So, send positive thoughts Mr. Sanders' way. So, an update we hear, per NFL Stroud, covers the Bucks. An update, the Buccaneers and wide receiver Mike Evans are working on a contract extension. He amazingly started his career with 9 straight 1,000-yard seasons and already likely a Hall of Famer. He's had an underrated career so far, in my opinion. Like 9 straight 1,000-yard years. And more than likely, he'll get in the Hall of Fame. But he's one of the most slept-on receivers in the league. He's probably the most underrated wide receiver in the league, and probably maybe even ever. He's going to get in the Hall of Fame. At least, I think he should. I feel like he's going to be Buck for life, so yeah. That's just my opinion, though. Panthers rookie quarterback has already put a stamp on the locker room, according to Brian Burns. Quote, he walks around with this type of swag of humble, but I know I'm the shit, end quote. He's got it, but he's humble. I mean, I know people say, oh, he has to prove with that height difference. But any first overall pick, especially that plays the QB position, will have a lot more to prove than their height. Some more news. So the update, the hashtag Commanders have been inquiring about hashtag Browns free agent running back Kareem Hunt, according to Josiah Anderson. The 27-year-old Hunt had 678 total yards last season while working behind Nick Chubb, but he still remains unsigned. I forgot Kareem Hunt was still a free agent. but double value with him too, and it's a double value with him. I kind of forgot he's a free agent, but this would be a good get for the Commanders. He was never going to get the running back one in Cleveland, so maybe he'll get his chance in Commanders, because you already have Antonio Gibson and the other running back, whatever his fucking name is. Oh, Brian Robinson, I think. That would be a big get. But we got a report here. The hashtag Bears reportedly aren't happy with wide receiver Chase Claypool's effort this offseason. Quote, I have heard from a few people inside the building that he's not somebody who is very self-motivated. End quote. Well, no surprise. But we've known this. I can't believe the Steelers got a second-round pick for this dude. But yeah, according to him, he was a top 3 receiver in the league. This dude sucks. No wonder the Steelers were willing to trade him, because he was that guy who regressed with the Steelers, and I can't believe the Bears fell for it. Steelers fans gotta be happy right now. And we know this guy's not self-motivated, but can't believe the Bears fell for it, but it's the Bears. Per your report, Aaron Rodgers, he refused to trade to the Patriots this offseason, according to Fox Sports. The report says the Patriots, they actually made an offer to the hashtag Packers for Rodgers, but his agent rejected. So Aaron Rodgers' agent rejected a trade that would have sent him to the Patriots. It makes sense. I mean, if I was a Patriot fan, I would have wanted Rodgers, but I don't think... I find it extremely hard to believe Bill wanted to take the contract, and if the trade was next, it was due to the Pats wanting the Packers to retain some salary, which we all know they didn't want to do. Most likely is the reason. But Belichick and Rodgers would be easily the worst head coach QB fit. I think that's part of the reason why they rejected it. Most likely. So we got per a report here. The NFL Films reached out to the hashtag Lions to do, quote, Hard Knocks for the second consecutive season per Detroit News. The NFL is apparently struggling to find a team willing to do Hard Knocks this season. They can force the Jets, Saints, Commanders, or Bears to do, but they're facing resistance from those teams. The Commanders seem open to it. I'm guessing that maybe the ownership stuff makes it hard, but in 2021, Ron Rivera said he wouldn't do it again. People from the Saints, Jets, and Bears all publicly said this offseason that they don't want to do it. I mean, they could do Detroit again. Maybe they could run him back, but who cares if they resist? I mean, they're due up. But teams have changed, I guess. But the Lions, too, would be cool. I really enjoyed them with the Hard Knocks last season. And you need a team more compelling mid-season team. Like the Cardinals and the Colts were just duds. I didn't finish watching either, but the Jets are being amazing mid-season watch, or the Jets or the Lions for Hard Knocks, I think would be pretty interesting. Some sad news, Ray Lewis's son, Ray Lewis III, has passed away at age 28. He played football for the Miami Hurricanes in college just like his father, so unfortunately, he passed away. Gone too young, 28 years of age. There was no detail, but I don't really care for the details. It's absolutely terrible. It just sucks to see this. Bigger than football. I couldn't imagine if I was Ray Lewis losing a kid, especially if it was my son. And I don't know what it was, but I'm not going to speculate. Update, Ravens running back J.K. Dobbins is, quote, holding in during team mandatory minicamp. Said he's not participating because he wants a new contract. Another player holding out, but what has he done? He's played like, 16, 17 games? He's been injury prone most of his career. What has he done to warrant getting a new contract? It's the most replaceable position in football. They don't need a mid running back. I mean, he's good, but he's always injured, so. Quote, DeAndre Hopkins left Gillette Stadium without a contract, but the Patriots are, quote, making a push to sign him. There's still a level of optimism. Two sides could reach agreement. This was 3 days ago. Don't know what could be now, but it's history. I think he's going to go to the Patriots. He's coming home there, so. Yeah, the Titans made a contract offer, but he posted this picture from the Patriots. I think he's going to go there. I really do. And it's been positive for both sides. It's probably be his last visit, so. Yeah, so until next time, Alkalite. Peace.